And in the co-main event, we got the fight kind of pooling this card, at least promotion-wise, with the champion Julianna Pena defending her belt against Kayla Harrison. It's going to be the second time that Julianna Pena is going to be looking to defend her UFC title. She's won it twice. She's yet to defend it the first time. Obviously, Amanda Nunes came back, got the belt back after Pena beat her the first time. Now she's coming off that win over Rocky Pennington for her second UFC title victory. And she's a huge underdog, though, one of the biggest underdogs as an incumbent champion in UFC history. Kayla Harrison is almost a 10-1 favorite. So I think that's pretty disrespectful. And Julianna Pena, I mean, she's someone that's never really gotten that love from the fans. You know, I feel like even when she beat Amanda Nunes, a lot of people were talking about how it's potentially fixed and the submission looked fake and all this stuff. So even when she was winning, or when she won the belt, they tried to discredit the victory. And her fight style is really awkward. You know, some people like her mic skills, some people don't. So I think she turns a lot of people off in that way. But you got to give this girl credit eventually, man. I mean, she is one of the original bantamweights where they came into the UFC through the Ultimate Fighter. She won the Ultimate Fighter. Took her almost 10 years, maybe over 10 years to get a UFC title shot. And when she got her title shot, she didn't miss, man. I mean, she got one of the biggest upsets in UFC history. Lost and then was able to come back and reclaim the belt. Obviously, didn't get the third Amanda fight that she wanted, but won it against Rocky. And now she's getting mega disrespected again against Kayla Harrison, who has all the hype coming in here. Harrison, you know, two-time Olympic gold medalist in judo. She's ran through almost everyone she's fought in MMA. Her one loss to Larissa Pacheco. She has 2 wins over Pacheco, so she's beaten every single fighter that she's stepped in the cage with. And in the UFC, her last fight, you know, it wasn't super impressive to me. I mean, Ketlen Vieira is a great fighter, and she proved that once again with a pretty dominant win over Macy Chiasson last week. But it was arguably 1-1 going into round 3, and Kayla was able to dominate the third round and get the victory. But it wasn't like she ran Ketlen out of the water and justified being such a ginormous favorite versus Ketlen. And honestly, I mean, if you know the channel, you know that I've always picked Julie in like all her fights, and I don't know if I've ever picked against her in any fight on the channel. So this is a tough prediction for me because I do think that this fight it's way closer than the odds makers are giving it credit for, because on the feet you could say what you want in terms of Pena's striking is really ugly. She's leaving a lot of openings, and Kayla does honestly look probably smoother. I mean, she's gotten a lot better with her footwork, Harrison, and she bounces well. She's throwing a lot of feints. She could throw nice single strikes, but her striking sucks, man. I mean, she doesn't have a lot of power, and it seems like when you extend combinations and you can stay in the pocket and counter on her, she's very, very hittable. But man, I mean, she's just going to level change and take you down. And that's the problem, because you're not going to be able to get into a striking rhythm when you're put on your back continuously throughout the fight. And Kayla Harrison not only has the judo with the takedowns in the clinch, and she's obviously gigantic. I mean, she's someone that fought at 155, and it takes a lot of work for her to cut down to 135 to make this weight. She could bully girls in the clinch, but she also has an explosive double leg, which really gives her a big advantage, because she could take you down in the center of the cage or against the fence, and it makes her very hard to strike and deal with. Ketlen was able to kind of get underhooks and then defend against the cage pretty well for portions of the fight. But one thing with Julianna is she doesn't have the best takedown defense. I do think that she's going to get taken down. But on the feet here, I got Julianna all day. I just think that she's going to be able to land those wild counter strikes that she throws. I think that she's going to be crouched. She's going to be very patient, waiting for Kayla to come to her. And whenever Kayla throws something, she's going to try to return with multiple strikes and get Kayla to shoot a bad takedown and then maybe sprawl on her, try to get on top or whatever she could do to get it into the best position for herself. But on the feet, I feel like Pena could have the edge, especially if the fight starts to get longer or if it becomes more of a dogfight, because what type of experience does Kayla have in a wild striking fight on the feet? I mean, I would say virtually zero. If she starts to get hit, maybe her eye gets closed and they're brawling in the stand-up and Kayla kind of forgets the takedown, hey, I mean, we could see Julie pull something off in the stand-up. So I think that on the feet, Julie has the edge, but she's going to get taken down. And Pena, she's good at shooting submissions up off her back. She's going to be very active. And I don't think that Kayla is really going to do a ton of damage or be able to submit Julianna, but I think she's going to be able to hold her down relatively easily. Julianna does give her back to stand up, which is going to give Kayla that ability to take the back and probably win a couple rounds that way too, or kind of just wrist ride and just control Pena's back without having the hooks in. But I feel like Pena is going to have a chance to get a submission here. That's going to be her path to victory. If she could use a front choke to sweep into top position or catch an armbar, catch a triangle off her back, you could see Julianna Pena tapping out Kayla Harrison and still. And I think on the feet, she has the ability to hurt Kayla and maybe get her out of there as well. So I think Julianna has multiple avenues to victory. And she should be like a plus 250, plus 300, not wherever she is now. But ultimately, you watch her fight with Amanda, the second fight, she just could not stop the takedown in the later rounds. And if Kayla could take her down and just lay on her, just like Julianna's been saying, I mean, are you going to beat me by laying on me for 25 minutes? I think that maybe could happen. And it would be boring and kind of ho-hum, and Julie could be throwing up a lot of offense off her back that's ineffective, and Kayla's little elbows and punches are going to be enough, maybe a back take or two. But I don't think she's going to go in here and just destroy Julianna or anything like that, finish her. Julianna has been submitted a couple times, but a lot of times she's been submitted, it's usually when she's dominating the fight and then she falls asleep and gets caught, like in a guillotine, or I remember she took down Valentina armbarred her. So I don't think it's going to be that type of situation with Kayla where she's going to loosen up and give that up. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, man, to see how Kayla does 5 rounds. We've seen her go 5 rounds pretty hard. So she did get tired in that third fight versus Pacheco, but she still did a pretty good job, honestly. And if she's able to go 5 rounds hard at this weight, she's probably going to be able to wrestle Julianna for 5 rounds and win this fight. So I'm going to begrudgingly pick Kayla by decision. And yeah, I'm going to say and new Kayla Harrison.